Let's review the two land and water forms that we will be creating today. The first one is the lake. The lake is a body of water. Here's the body of water, and it's surrounded by land. This brown part is land. So we have water and land, and the lake is a body of water surrounded by land. Lake. Then we have an island. An island is a body of land. This is the body of land surrounded by water. Land, water. Notice the two of them are opposites. The lake is water surrounded by land, and the island is land surrounded by water. Okay, so you have gathered your materials. Remember, we have one piece of blue construction paper and one piece of brown construction paper. We also have scissors and a glue stick. We're going to put our scissors and our glue stick to the side, and we are going to take our two pieces of construction paper, brown or blue. And if you recall, even though I'm using construction paper, there are other materials that you can be using. You could have used a white piece of paper and painted one blue and one brown. You could also color the paper, but you have to make sure that there's no white showing through if you color it, okay? For the brown, you could use a paper bag. You could also use a piece of cardboard. The cardboard might be more difficult to fold, but you definitely can use it. So we're going to put both pieces of paper together evenly so that they are completely on top of each other. And now we are going to fold the paper like a hot dog. So you're going to fold it in half. Make sure that both ends match up. And I'm going to actually lay it down and press my crease all the way across. Okay. And then I'm going to take my fingers and go across the crease like that. Okay, so we have folded the two papers. The brown is in the middle. Now we're going to fold this hot dog. We're going to fold it in half like a hamburger. So that means that we're going to fold it in half so that everything is meeting up. You have a small square. So if you want to lay it down, press it. So now you have a hamburger. It's a small square, okay? I'm going to run my fingers across it. Now open it up. And those lines is where you're going to cut it. So I'm going to take my scissors and I am going to cut my paper into 4 squares. So I'm going to cut the first line, just go straight, keeping the two pieces of paper, the brown and the blue together. Cut that all the way in half. Okay, so now we have 2. We can go ahead and put those on top of each other. I'm gonna stack it so they are completely this way. All of your squares will be the same size. Remember, you still see the crease from earlier when we folded it, and we're gonna cut it along that crease line. Okay, and the papers again are stacked that way. It will be the same size. You might need to have an adult to help you cut. Okay, so now we have several pieces of blue and brown paper. They're squares and they're the same size. Now, we do not need all of these today, but however, since we will be making land and water forms for several different forms, we will need all of these at some point. So we want to make sure that we protect these and we put them somewhere that we can access them. for today, we will need 2 pieces of brown paper and 2 pieces of blue paper. Okay, we'll need a brown and a blue for the lake and a brown and a blue for the island. Okay, so we're going to start with the lake. Remember, the lake is a body of water surrounded by land. That means that our land is going to be on the outside. So we're going to fold these. So put those 2 together. Fold it in half. Okay, fold it in half. You don't have to run your finger across it. We just need a good place to be able. We're going to tear this. Okay, so take your blue. Well, actually, we can leave them folded. So leave them folded. And what you're going to do is we are going to rip out like a circle, but it doesn't have to. We're going to rip out a piece in the middle. Okay. So like it doesn't have to be even. Just rip out that piece in the middle. Okay, so it is even. All right. So now we're going to open those pieces up. All right. Now let's put that down, and we have these 2 little pieces that have been ripped out. So what we're going to do, remember we were making the lake. So now I'm going to take this brown piece, and we are going to take the lake, the blue piece that we ripped out, and place it on top of the brown. And if you notice, now we have created our island. Now, remember that they are opposites. The lake and the island are opposites. So you have your blue paper. Remember, the brown that was also ripped out at the same time with the blue now goes on top of the blue. So we have created a lake. We've created our own lake. And we have created our own island. I'm going to move that over so you can see that. It's sticking to the sandpaper. Okay, so we have our lake and our island. You're going to take your glue stick, open it. We are going to glue our lake. Just add some glue to the back of your lake. Go ahead and put that right in the middle of your paper. You now have a lake. Take our island. We're going to put some glue on the back of the brown piece. Gonna put it in the same place on top of the blue. Press it down, and we have a lake and our own island. We have a lake and an island. Remember, the lake is a body of water surrounded by land. The island is a body of land surrounded by water. And then you can take a marker or a pencil and have your parents help you to write lake on this one. So you're going to label it. And you're going to label the island. Here's your lake. Oh, it's not in the frame. Let me move it up so you can see it. There's the lake. And there's the island. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this and that you now can identify the lake, a body of water surrounded by land, and the island, a body of land surrounded by water. Remember to keep these two pieces because we're going to make a whole land and water form book. Keep those along with your other ones. These we will use for our next lesson when we make our next land and water forms.